Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here, basically, we are discussing one topic, that is currencies and its dependency. In this, basically, we are talking about one of the topic, that is ideas and global warming. In this, basically, we are talking about one topic, that is solution. In this solution, basically, we are discussing about the solution number 12, that is cities. So, how basically the cities can be created? So, one of the person told that basically education sector basically is error, basically that is 100% sure, basically, and how basically the error basically can be solved. So one of the person told that to solve this error, now basically we have to go up to very deep, basically, because human creation only have the error, basically. Reason education is created by human, and human itself basically have the error, basically. So one of the person told that education is created by human, basically, right? Yes. So education basically connects to human only, basically. Then he told that yes, basically. So one of the person told that basically this is also basically one of the reason, basically, of the 20% error. So you have to sort out this from here only, basically. So in this basically first example basically was given how basically the Gujarati caste started, basically. Then he told that basically it might possible that first World War started, second World War started, that data basically might be used, basically. It might possible, basically. Then he told that basically yes, basically it might possible that first World War data, basically second World War data, that basically might be the war, basically. Then he told that basically how basically the Nair caste started. Then one of the person told that it might possible that USA one of the president died, and he basically was cloned, basically, and then basically the generation started. Then one of the person told that how basically the federal basically generation basically where currently he is. Then it might be possible that he also basically might be converted into one caste. Like this, basically each and every people basically who dies, who are basically connected to the history, they has converted into the some human clone, basically, and they basically converted into some caste, basically. Like this, basically the entire world basically created, and mostly basically India is created like this only. Like this, basically the India has created. Then one of the person told that yes, basically India is created like this only, mostly basically because entire Gujaratis basically are created like this. And mostly people says that basically IT people basically are handled by Gujaratis also. Few people says that basically we have rejected, so entire Vadodara rejected, that means Gujarati rejected, so entire Vadodara Gujarati people rejected. Like this also people basically says. So this is basically called as a union, basically. That basically people says, basically, but really basically what is correct, what is wrong, basically that we don't know, basically, until we don't see, basically. For example, one person told that Sunil, basically you went to Mumbai, basically you have not got the job. So yeah, basically there is some problem, basically you have not got the job, basically. Then basically who will get the job, basically? That person, basically one of the person asked. That means your history basically is connecting problem to you. Your history basically is connecting problem to you, and USA basically is the root of the software industry, basically. Then basically the question, then the things basically reach up to this level, basically. The root basically is USA, basically. So problem is up to this level, basically. Root problem, basically. Then one of the person told that basically it might possible that basically from your caste only few people basically might have created problem to you, basically. And one of the person told that basically you are doing fasting for 30 years, that fasting basically is creating problem to you. That also basically one of the person told, because possibilities, na, basically why he is not getting job. So that connected to here also, basically, and that connected to Ayodhya Ram Janma Bhoomi also, basically. You are not getting job, that means basically you are doing fasting since 30 years, that Ayodhya Ram Janma Bhoomi is connected with this, basically, because you are doing fasting and somebody might not be liking that, basically. Liking is new word basically. Somebody might not like that basically. That's you are doing fasting basically. You are not getting job, you are not having the girl basically for marriage. Then one of the person told like this also basically. And few people also told us like this basically. That means your education basically converted into error basically, and your education basically connects here also basically. That is fasting of 30 years. Fasting of 30 years basically. That converted to this also basically. That means one of the person told that basically yeah, doing fasting, doing Sri Ram God's fasting, Hanuman's fasting basically that is creating problem basically. That also basically one of the universe basically satellite group basically told that basically. They told that basically we are trying to find out and we basically found this basically that you are fasting from 30 years, that is of Sri Ram and Sri God, Hanuman God basically. And that is connecting to the Ayodhya Janma Bhumi. Ayodhya land basically. So this is problem basically. Somebody told that also basically. Somebody told this also basically. So we are basically trying to solve out basically the education error basically. So education error connects like this also basically. Each and every people believes the God basically, and that God basically are connecting to the people basically. For example, one of the person told that basically you are not getting God, you are not getting job, you are not getting the second marriage. This might be connected to the some God also basically. So it might possible that basically the some God basically might be creating problem to you. That also is possible basically. That also is possible basically. That was told basically one by one group. That also basically is possible basically. That was basically told by one of the person basically. So one of the person told that yeah, might be problem also basically. It might be problem basically. 20% error basically is connected up to this level basically. Really it's connected up to very deep basically. Then one of the person told that why basically this was not tracked long before basically. The education system basically who created, the person basically who created the Gujarati caste, who created the Nair caste, the German group basically, the Germany group basically, and the group basically who created the Germany, they basically was not able to track this basically, which error basically just now you found basically. Because in future basically it might possible that Earth planet basically might shift to some other direction, and here basically the whole world will suffer due to this error basically, 20% error basically, and this 200 is also basically one error basically. Due to this 200, due to this 20 percentage, 200 basically is error of India country. Due to basically this 20% error basically is not from India country, is but little bit error basically are from India country also. But this 200 basically is from India error, no basically. They are not able to solve the problem basically. So due to India country, the whole world is going to suffer. Should basically the whole world should suffer basically now for the India. Then one of the person told that basically we will kill these 200 people. Then one of the person told that basically kill basically, then you will know what is going to happen. Just kill basically. Kill basically. Then see basically what are the things going to happen. So in next video basically we are going to see basically how this 200 basically which has converted into disease, and how basically few people basically are telling that basically we will kill this person basically, and how basically this 20% error basically will convert into 40% if necessary steps are not taken by the education industry. That is basically mostly education industry are outside Hindustan.